Hey guys, sorry we missed you today, but here's a quick little recap of what we went over. The first thing that we took a look at is we took a look at our first major essay, FW number one, which stands for Formal Writing number one. Let me show you how to get to this. Go to our Schoology page and click on the green FW number one Theme Analysis 2-paragraph folder. Once you get there, go ahead and click on the assignment sheet. This is your assignment sheet for Formal Writing number one, complete with rubric on the back. Here's a really quick recap and breakdown of the assignment. The assignment itself is just to go ahead and plan, draft, revise, and edit a 2-paragraph essay that analyzes the development of theme in a short story. You are going to be analyzing the development of theme in Thank You, Ma'am, unless you want to do the above and beyond, which is in your own book. But if you want to stick with academic or honors option, that is just in Thank You, Ma'am. Now, there's 3 levels of analysis. For the academic level, you may write your 2 paragraphs, each about a moment in the story. One moment in one part of the story for paragraph number 1, and another moment in another part of the story for paragraph number 2. For honors, you can go ahead and we'd love to see you work in some symbolism. So one of your paragraphs could be about a theme in one scene in the story, and the second paragraph could be about a theme that comes through in symbolism. Above and beyond, you could go beyond that to take a look at setting if you wanted to, but we're really just looking for 2 things. If you're taking the academic route for this assignment, which is great, we need 2 paragraphs. Each paragraph is going to be about theme coming through a specific moment in the story. Honors, if you're doing honors, that's great. We're going to need 1 paragraph about a moment in the story and another paragraph about how theme comes through in symbolism in the story. There are some pretty vital due dates here that I'm going to let you pause so that you can go ahead and make a note of them. Now, we'll work on formal writing number 1 a little bit more as the days go on, but right now, let's go ahead and turn our attention back to Thank You, Ma'am, that short story we read last week. And if anything, let's just do a little recap, right? We had 2 characters in that story. The first character is Roger. He was misunderstood. He was young. He had very little support in his house at home. And then we had Miss Luella Bates Washington Jones, who was very firm, generous, but also empathic in that she had made mistakes when she was younger too, so she understood what it was like to wear Roger's shoes. Our plot was pretty straightforward. In our plot, Roger tried to mug Mrs. Jones on the street, but she actually put him in a headlock and dragged him home first. At which time, at her house, Roger actually had to wash up before she actually had him sit down so she could feed him dinner. Mrs. Jones fed, talked to, and connected with Roger. And then she actually gave him $10 for the suede shoes, which he had mugged her for because that's what he'd wanted all along. And our story finished with Roger not even being able to say thank you to Mrs. Jones as she closed the door and ended our story. There's a quick recap of Thank Langston Hughes, Thank You, Ma'am. Now, I wanted to make sure that we went over that again because I want to give you some final tips before our theme assessment next class. So I'm going to go ahead and model how I would go how to do this theme assessment that you'll be doing with Thank You, Ma'am, but I'm going to go ahead and do it with Priscilla and the Wimps. So let me show you how I do that. Some final reminders is when I want to talk to you about logical leaps, and I also want to talk to you about statement of theme. Logical leaps are those ways in which we try and connect the moment that we're using to our theme that we're bringing up, and I'm telling you, use the strategies. If that's the first strategy of this scene supports my theme because, use those words. If it's this scene is an example of my theme because, use those words. And if you want to get fancy with number 3 and say, if this moment means what I think it means, then this is an example of my theme because, but use those words. Holy cow. Also, please make sure you say the theme. So important. In your explanation for number 3, when you're trying to connect your moment to your theme, in that sentence, say the theme so we see that connection, okay? Use the actual theme in your connection or logical leap. Now, let's also do a quick little refresher on statement of theme, and then I'll show you what this both looks like. So in statement of theme, remember, once you've written a statement of theme, check your work. You can't use the pronoun you. You can't use any character names or any moments from the story that we're talking about. And you can't give advice and try and tell people how to live their life. And remember, the statement of theme is one sentence, right? It's just one sentence. And you want to use this formula. If you can use the formula of green, then yellow, then blue, then pink, you'll be great. In the title, the theme, choose your verb. Means, shows, is, isn't, does, doesn't, can, can't. and you can give us your pink that says something about the theme. You're good. Just of course, don't forget to check your theme. Again, for number 1, you can't say you. Number 2, you can't use any character names or specific moments in the story. And number 3, you can't give advice about how to live your life. So let's see what that looks like in practice, right? So I'm going to try this with Priscilla, and maybe if I'm trying to think about a good theme in Priscilla, I might think that power could work. So I've got power. Now my next question that I'm not going to model is, can I find a moment in the story where I think that would work? And for our purposes, I'll just go ahead and show you. I'd use these 2 sentences. He reaches down and grabs little Melvin by the neck and slams his head against the locker door. And the sound of skull against steel rippled all the way down the locker row, speeding the crowds on their way. Now, step 3 would ask me, okay, so how did that evidence that I find, how does that support my theme? And this is where I need to use the strategies. For example, I could either use blank supports blank because, or I could say blank is an example of blank because. Just for our examples today, I'm going to do the second one, blank is an example of blank because, and I could come up with this. I could say this moment is an example of power. Do you see that? See how I actually used the word power, the theme, in my sentence? Make sure you do that. This moment is an example of power because the kids are afraid of Monk's cobras. Their fear is their reason for running. The last step I need is I'm going to need to go ahead and write a statement of theme. So don't forget with your statement of theme, it's 1 sentence long. You're going to need the green, the yellow, the blue, and the pink. And if I do just that, I might come up with, in Priscilla and the Wimps, which is my green title, power, which is my yellow theme. I chose means as my blue verb. And then my pink of explaining something about power is control through fear. So my statement of theme is, in Priscilla and the Wimps, power means control through fear. But of course I'm going to check it, right? In Priscilla and the Wimps, power means control through fear. Did I use the pronoun you in there? Nope. Looks good. Now, did I talk about specific character names or moments from the story in there? Nope. Looks good. Finally, am I giving advice or trying to tell people how to live their life? Nope, looks good. So this statement of theme works. Now for our last thing today, let's talk about what it means to go ahead and write long. Whenever we want you to write long, we're looking for at least 2 thoughtful supportive paragraphs about whatever it is that we're writing long about. Sentence starters are your friend. Make sure you use these to expand. And remember, please don't summarize. Writing long assignments are not for you to tell us what's happening in the story. Writing long assignments are for you to go in depth about your thinking about a specific idea in the story. Now let me go ahead and model how I'm going to do this, okay? Step 1, I'm going to want to find my text. And remember, if you're doing the academic or honors work for this, you're using Thank You, Ma'am. If you want to do the above and beyond, you can, but you're using your own book. Then you need to go ahead and look for a key moment. And remember, key moments are typically those moments of high action or high tension, because that's where the theme is going to come through the clearest. Then we need you to think, what universal theme could be coming through at this moment? Finally, write long about it and use those thought prompts because they are your friends. Once you've finished with this paragraph, you're going to start a new paragraph to repeat steps 2, looking for another key moment, 3, thinking about what another universal theme could be coming through this moment, and 4, writing long about it. Let me actually show you what one of mine would look like. I'm not going to lose sight of my sentence starters because those are, kind of important. But if I wrote long maybe about a scene and theme coming through that scene, this is just the beginning. That paragraph's not even done. That's just the beginning, okay? If you notice, in just this one beginning of a paragraph, I'm using all these thought prompts to extend my ideas about what the theme could possibly be coming through this moment. Now for your second paragraph, you could go again and of course, look for another key moment in your story of high action or high tension. Think about another universal theme that could be coming through that second moment and then write long about it using thought prompts. Or if you want a challenge for your second paragraph, you could go ahead and link theme not to a moment this time, but to a setting. That's what I did in my second paragraph. I tried to think about how the theme of belonging was coming through a setting in the story. And of course, I used a lot of thought prompts to extend my ideas. And remember, that paragraph's not even done. It's just the start, okay? So that's writing long. But where do I do the thing? Let's go to Schoology. In our Schoology page, scroll down to our green FW number 1 theme analysis folder, then click on the Writing Long assignment. And you should see something that looks like this. So if you click on my document, you should see this. Here's where you're going to do your writing long, right? Step one, remember you're using thank you, ma'am, unless you want to use your own text. And you will want to find a key moment in your story, just like we talked about. Now reread that scene so it's fresh in your mind. And then using thought prompts, go ahead and extend about how and why you see a certain theme coming through in that moment. Now, this box, this is where you're typing. That's where you're typing 2 paragraphs, right? You'll type your first paragraph and you'll type your second paragraph using lots of thought prompts to extend your thinking. Now, once you finish your 2 paragraphs in that box and you see the red letter, stop. Don't go any further. You're done. And don't even submit. We're going to use the same document tomorrow to do writing long number 2, so don't submit. Don't turn this in. That's pretty much it. So, of course, go ahead and finish writing long number 1. Stop when you see the red letters. Don't go on after that box, and don't hit submit. Take a look through your theme assessment study guide. Get ready for your theme assessment, and that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just shoot me an email. Otherwise, you got this. Good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow.